it's been good so far. We just had parents' evening the other day, and that was good. The teachers told us where we need to be in order to see where we want to end up. It was useful. At the same time, I felt as if it was mildly repetitive in the sense that they just said you need to cover all the curriculum before the exam, which I thought was something that we already knew. But yeah, it's been a busy few weeks. Just school life getting much busier, much more focused. Dylan and myself are organizing or helping to organize a Model United Nations conference, and that's been on top of our workload. And so yeah, but it's been a really good few weeks. It's nice mocks have ended, thankfully. And now it's just about the real thing in a few months' time, which is mildly a scary thought. But what about you, Dylan? How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad, thank you. I think I can only echo it. I mean, I think Parents' Evening, it was nice because it was our final one and everything. Honestly, I didn't really care that it was our final one. I think it was more just the fact of, oh, damn, okay, we've literally this is the home straight now, which sort of went into my mind. But honestly, that's not really a bad thing. I'm actually really looking forward to this next journey because it's risk, like it is a risk, like what we're doing, and it's a calculated one, and I'm looking forward to seeing the outcome of it. And yeah, MUN is going well. I'd say it's a very entertaining responsibility that we have, to say the least. It's always brings its challenges. I think that's fair to say, on your.
Yeah, I mean, it's always challenges. There's always bumps in the road, but I think that's anything. I mean, it's good life planning, I guess, in that sense that there are always going to be bumps in the road. It won't be as smooth sailing as exams will be, in the sense that you have a goal, you know what you need to do leading up to it. I mean, obviously, COVID was a slight different thing, but I think when you're actually organizing an event, there are things are bound to slip up. People are bound to slip up, and consequently, you need to adapt and overcome. And so, yeah, I think that's what we've been doing recently. But yeah, and yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we've said this before in previous podcasts. I can't believe it's a home stretch. I mean, 7 years has just flown by. Like,
Mm.
I still can't fully comprehend how it's been 7 years, and how, I mean, I'm turning 18 in a few days' time. No, I'm gonna be you're already 18. You're gonna be you're 18 years old. You're an adult,
Mm.
and
Yeah, yeah. Actually, the last time we recorded, I was still a child.
yeah, it's just phenomenal how quickly time just goes on. But at the same time, you think it's really long when you're in it. Like when I'm in some of my lessons, or when you're listening to a talk, like an assembly or something, and it feels quite dragged out and long at the moment. At the time, you're just thinking like, please, can you hurry up and stop talking? But then when you look back at the end of the week, you're like, a week's just gone by. Like,
Yeah,
where's the time gone?
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, for
I
sure.
guess it's taught me to be more appreciative of living in the moment.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think it's really cool. It is very, very cool how time it's really cool how time works. Like this is getting a bit philosophical, but like I think it's interesting for everyone to understand. Like time works in such a weird way because in the moment, which is obviously what you're seeing, right? And how you're feeling in the situation, it can feel quite slow. But I remember my induction day for year seven. I remember our induction day, our first day of year seven, going into G16 with our two form tutors. Like, and that's 7 years ago. Like, we have actually like physically developed as humans. We've mentally developed, obviously, we've matured a lot.
Emotionally developed.
Emotionally, yeah, everything. It's like,
At the same time, I still think of myself as that like 11-year-old kid. And I was talking to my sister about this the other day. But I still look like, though she's going to turn 20 this year. But like when I still like talk to her, I still feel as if like I'm 9 and she's 10. And like it hasn't been like a decade since the last time. Well, since she was 10. And so yeah, it's very strange.
yeah, no, for sure, for sure. But look, I think it's been a really good run. I think it's been a really, really good run at school. And I was actually talking to our mate Thumby on message, and she was like, so she's been at our school for 14 years, and obviously we've been here for 7. And it's that thing of you're excited for the future, but the lack of a safety net, for a better word, it's scary. But honestly, I really value that challenge. I think it's really cool going into the world as adults and still not like some of us still not fully knowing where our place lies, but that's completely okay.
I mean, yeah, that's one of the things that we said are the disadvantages of school is that it is often this thing which teaches you a curriculum based on point. Like, I mean, when you talked about this in previous podcasts, the school system is basically it revolves around people telling you what subjects to learn and stuff. And I think that is very valuable. And I think you can't take away the value of things that the school does teach you. But at the same time, once you leave school, now you have the opportunity to learn for yourself, and you're no longer guided by a teacher, by a headmaster, and rather you're left out there in the real world to fend for yourselves. And your progress in life is no longer being looked after by someone, by an older figure of some sort. Rather, you're looking after yourself now, pretty much. And I think, yeah, it's quite good. But as you said, you've got to be up for the challenge, and it will be a good challenge, hopefully.
Yeah, I think actually like it came into my head as I turned 18, being like, you like legally you fully have ownership of your full life now. And I've always been like, I think it's fair to say that both of us we are quite mature for our age, like just by the nature of what we talk about and how we can have certain sensitivity to issues, etc. But also just by the nature of the discussions that we have within our friendship group, I think it is a mature bunch that we hang out with. Um, but like I was thinking about, really interesting concepts like what is my relationship with money? What is my relationship with health? Because when you turn 18 and when you actually have legal ownership of your life, it's on you to like obviously you have guidance from your parents and everything, but you can literally make those decisions for yourself, being like, how do I want to live in this really complicated world? Um
Yeah.
and I think that's really cool. Like I've been trying to figure out, okay, what is this? What is the relationship I want to have with the things that makes the world go round? Health, money, time. How am I going to become even better now that I have this extra responsibility, which is trying to become self-sufficient as a man? Um, so it's just a thought that I had, and I guess for you guys out there, like if you want to like think about it, it's quite cool because if anything, it teaches you to really appreciate the guidance that your parents have given you, or the background, the backing your parents have given you if they have, more than anything. So yeah, I thought I'd give a little side note because it's just a really interesting thought I've had in my head for like the past few weeks, being like, whoa, you really do have the ability to charter your own course in life, which is really
And
cool.
so at this moment, so you said charter your own course, which I think you put it very well. At this moment in time, I mean, you talked about like you want to do a degree apprenticeship route, you want to go into law, but
Mm.
other than like the career prospect of things and like the ethereal things like happiness, what would you say is something that you want to do? Like something like is there any places that you want to go visit whilst you're still a person finding their feet in the world once you leave school?
Yeah, I mean, I really want to do so. So in like our culture, but specifically my sect of it, there's this one place called Palitana, which is really, really like holy in Jain religion. So for those of you that don't know, I'm a Jain man myself. Um, not the most strictest because obviously I eat like potatoes and carrots, but I'm a Jain. I'm a Jain, and Palitana is a really, really important holy sacred place, and it's basically a climb and hike that you do. And then the views that you get from it are stunning, but actually the peace that you attain from being in the realm of where some of the holiest figures in our religion, either gained enlightenment or gained the teachings to then achieve moksha, which is enlightenment, um, for a better word. I don't know. I've really wanted to do that because I think actually, like in the last year, I've gotten really involved with Jainism as a religion, and I've gotten more interested with the actual religion itself and how to become a better Jain. So I really want to do that sort of pilgrimage. That would make me really happy, and I also think actually it's a really small thing, but I actually want to do more local charity work. For example, helping out in food banks or helping out in feeding the homeless, or even things like actually just working in a hospice for like a few days. Um, just those little acts, I feel like when my time frees up, I'll have more time to do it, which I'm really excited about. What about yourself?
Um, for what part specifically? Sorry, I can't remember the question I even asked you.
Um, for the ethereal things like happiness or, just peace, what are some of the things outside of the career path that you are looking forward to doing once you leave school?
Oh, oh yeah, I remember now. I think one of the things that I'm looking forward to after I leave school, I think is just exploring the world. I feel as if I think if I phrase a question, I didn't say I said non-ethereal. If I remember asking
Oh,
the
was it
question,
non-ethereal?
but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Um, but yeah, I think visiting the world. I think one of the things I really want to do. I mean, I was talking to my grandfather about this. Is go visit the Ram Mandir that's just been recently built
Yeah,
and
Ayodhya.
opened in Ayodhya, and I think that would be simply phenomenal. Um, I mean, the waiting list is supposedly months long now because I think you have to book tickets there. I mean, you can go there, I assume, without tickets, but who knows? I think other things that I'd love to do that aren't like uh school aren't career focused. I really want to climb mountain. I think I
Yeah,
think I think it's similar to what you said about Bali Dana. Like that view that you just get at the top and you just
I
feel
remember
peace.
D of V. D of
Yeah,
V.
DOV.
Some
Or
of
in
the
the
views that
Brecon
we got.
Beacons.
Yeah, some of the views that we got there were incredible.
Like I remember I think it was the
Wednesday.
third day
Yeah,
when we climbed this one mountain
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and we were we were like alight. We were actually above the clouds, I think. And it was just like, whoa, you feel as if you're at the top of the world. I mean, we're nowhere near the highest mountain in the world. We're only a few hundred meters up. But like at the same time, it's like, whoa, with you feel this thing within you that is genuinely quite peaceful. And you realize, does does everything you do really have a purpose when you just look around and you just see nature in its finest form?
Yeah, I was watching a video actually, like with Neil deGrasse Tyson, Dr. Tyson, and he was talking about continental drift, which is obviously the theory that and like very evidence-backed theory where it's all of our continents were initially in, Pangea, which was joined together, and then through some eruptions and other volcanic processes and continental processes, they slowly began to split apart. Um, and I don't know, just learning, like, actually, obviously I do geography, so this is part of my course, but learning about how whatever we are came to be, it's just, I don't know, it gives more meaning to the fact that, look, we're on this earth for a certain amount of time. No matter what faith you believe in, you got to make this time worth it.
Yeah. I mean, even if you do believe in things like reincarnation, you still got to make the current life that you live and live it to the best possible
For
way.
sure, for sure.
So, yeah. But yeah, that's gone very deep very quickly, hasn't it? What other things are you looking forward to? So now we focused on like the non-career related things, now the career related things. I mean, previously you talked about money. Are you looking forward to earning money?